This is a huge gamble for us. First day with the van. A little bit nervous, but I'm not very confident. Look, if we sell 10 lobsters, that's where it is.
Skipper Squizzy is on his way to collect his new lobster van.
Just trying a new market. That's all we can do. Just trying to stay afloat, different ideas, thinking outside the box, and I'm just praying that it pays off.
He's down a massive $300,000 in revenue since the market collapsed 2 months ago.
A lot of people over the last 4 weeks has lost their jobs. It's actually a gamble for us. We've chucked a fair bit of money into it. We'll just see how it goes.
The van is a $25,000 gamble.
We're finished.
To try and stop his fishing business from going under.
Welcome to the Tasmanian Gourmet Seafoods Lobster Van. I'm going to get a lot over it, but if that helps sell lobsters, I don't care. And hopefully we're selling lobsters and chips out of it, and then we've got a bit of a market. That's the plan.
This time,
Come on, stop around!
it's crunch time for the crew of the William Nortling.
Fishing boat, look, it's not a democracy. I'm a dictator.
I do feel out of my comfort zone.
Squizzy's radical approach to combat the lobster market crisis
At the end of the day, we're only doing this to earn a buck. Try to stay afloat.
could leave the veteran skipper deeper in the red.
What are we going to do if no one shows up, mate?
I don't know, mate.
Well, I got no idea where those 3 are, but we're going to have to find them now. That's $900, so...
And Greenhorn skipper Bryce recruits another rookie
There's nothing worse than losing gear.
in a high-risk move to revive his season.
Sure, I can't afford to lose out at the moment.
New Norfolk, Tasmania.
That's where I should be, driving that. Instead, I'm in a country town selling a few lobsters.
Skipper Squizzy is embarking on a radical new journey.
Blake just firing up the deep fryers. He knows what's going on. I don't have a clue. I'll be honest. This ain't a boat. I'll be the deckhand in this, and he can tell me what to do to help get him going. I know the chips have got to go in the deep fryer. That's about it.
He's teamed up with his fish buyer Blakey and Blakey's wife Tabitha.
I'd just write lobster and chip on that one and big right. And Tabitha.
Chips and what, and the half lobster and...
Oh, well, here you go, lobster roll.
In a 50-50 joint venture to try and stop both of their businesses from going under.
Well, my normal job is exporting lobsters to China. And this is what we've had to resort to try and move some product. China's shut down, we've got airline problems, fishermen can't go to work.
You just got to make sure that generator stays working for us. Hopefully people will be kind.
Should be right. Get through the teething problems.
Yep.
Hits the fan, that's the captain's responsibility.
And he's the one that bosses us around.
Thank you. Come on, come down.
The slowing demand for lobsters in China
It's 11:15. We haven't had a customer yet.
has left fishermen and fish buyers out of work.
$50 is probably the best I can do for a couple of hundred kilo.
$50, you know, that's a loss.
Take it here wrong, eh? Half lobster and chips, $25. It's cheaper than a pint.
Lobster, well, $17.90.
Yep.
$17.90.
If Squizzy and Blakey's $50,000 gamble is to pay off,
Okay, whole lobsters from $45 each, $65 per kilo.
Bargain.
they'll need to sell 180 lobsters, which Squizzy caught on his last trip.
We're hoping to diversify and be able to bring our products together to hopefully be able to keep afloat and pay some bills, I suppose.
Let's get through day one first. I don't know how it's going to go in the short term, but I think long term it's going to take off. At the end of the day, we're only doing this to earn a buck. Try to stay afloat.
Squizzy has already remortgaged his house to cash flow his business.
What are we going to do if no one shows up, mate?
I know, mate.
Time will tell if his retail failure may trigger bankruptcy.
I will be honest, I do feel out of my comfort zone. It's all a bit strange. It's like the first day at work when you're a teenager working at a shop. Nervous.
Hey, how you going?
Yeah, good.
Good.
Just go down that mark I'll give you. Just chuck 5 or 8 there.
Southeast Tasmania.
Okie dokes. Good luck. See ya. Bye.
Wait.
The Anbri Dakra is steaming towards the Bruny Island fishing grounds.
Yeah, for this trip, the old man's giving me direction, call it direction, of where the pots are meant to go. So at least I know if they come up, he can't be pissed off with me because he can't put them there.
Greenhorn skipper Bryce is relaunching his season.
Like throwing a pot overboard without a grapple.
After his maiden fishing trip failed badly,
35 for the whole trip. Not how many people that work for nothing.
Bryce did a stint as deckhand on board the Bold Contender.
You do not want the bait saver to go up here.
A little bit like being at school, but it's the best kind of school. Hands-on and learning. None of this.
Learning from the master.
Yep.
Squizzy's one of the best bloody fishermen in the fleet, and having him is just to show me anything's wicked.
This time round, Bryce isn't going out alone.
Get the chafer, go around, pull it tight, make sure it's over there, make sure it's nice and tight, and you're good to go.
He's hired his own deckhand.
So when I yell yep is when you push it. Right, Roger. Yep.
It's 18-year-old Lockie's first time on a lobster boat.
Yep.
I'm doing a lot of tuna fishing. Bryce came in, needed a deckhand. Yeah, so I'm keen to make a bit of money. If we can fill the boat up, then that gives me a solid bait. And I'll clear a couple grand, I'll be stoked.
See how that's loose. In the morning we'll go over a few methods, make that a bit tighter.
Bryce has set a trip target of 250 kilos of lobster. If sold off the wharf, it would deliver a $16,000 payday.
I mean, getting 350 fish for a week, that's about 250 kilo. Go back out, do it, that's half a tonne for 2 weeks sort of thing. That'd be good to do.
Bryce couldn't make the last mortgage payment on his $150,000 boat loan. He can't afford to fail again.
You know, this trip's a lot of a redemption trip. In a lot of ways, like, you know, I've got another mouth to feed on the boat. I've got someone relying on earning money so he can pay his rent. Yeah, it brings more pressure having someone else on the boat.
Yeah, that's it, mate. I was just going to touch base, and I was just wondering, just sort of ringing around, seeing what's going on, what is going on, and if anything's changed or what's happening.
The Bass Strait. And the crew of the William Nortling is 7 days into a 9-day trip.
I'm just a bit dubious, though, as the fish get harder and harder to catch, they're getting slower and slower.
Skipper Danny is still no closer to finding a wholesale fish buyer for his catch.
Because, everyone's sort of doing the same thing here. Oh, yeah, hang on, they're just checking on this, checking on that. Everyone's a bit... Talking to a few buyers, they're a bit nervous. It's just... Yeah, they're nervous, makes me nervous. Catching them's going to be the easy part, I reckon. Selling them's going to be the hard part, so... We'll take the time off our sleeve, but we're not feeling too much commitment from them, so...
Danny is gambling $27,000 in running costs to catch 1,000 kilos of lobsters.
Yep, you hope someone can take your fish for a price. You just hope, and that's about how it is. And
a potential $50,000 payday comes down to Danny locking in a buyer before returning to port.
I've got a bit of extra pressure on the brother of the business. It's just there's you want you.
4 weeks before the market crashed in China, Danny borrowed $300,000 $100 to buy out his brother's share of the William Nortling.
Mark!
Go on, Daniel.
On top of Danny's financial burden, Decky Macca has struggled to adapt to the veteran skipper's hot-tempered ways.
Gear the Macca, don't right? For the rest of the day and the trip. Look at me, Macca.
With 2 days to catch 215 kilos of lobster, time is running out.
Hey!
And so is Danny's patience with Macca.
Yep. Mark.
Daniel.
You haven't hooked the floats up. Not focused. He's just, that's the second pot in a row he's just done that. You're dick. A fishing boat, it's not a democracy. I'm a dictator. That's a bit how it is. It's sort of how it needs to be.
I think he's got confidence in catching the fish. He just, obviously, financial struggles with the price drop and brother leaving and...
I reckon you'd be the slowest I've ever had, Macca. I reckon hands down ease too, I reckon.
There'll be plenty of deckhands slower than me.
Not working on either, but come on, Macca. Christ! Come on, around!
G'day, mate. What are you after?
I just want to grab half lobster and chips, please.
Yeah, mate. No worries. Thank you.
There you go, 2 more. Bloody unbelievable. People are just turning up here flat out. It's not even lunchtime. It's mind-blowing, actually.
New Norfolk, on the banks of Tasmania's River Derwent.
Thank you. It's been a long time since I had lobster.
No worries.
Thank
Enjoy.
you. Bye.
It's opening day for Squizzy's new lobster van.
I didn't think we'll probably go this well so early, but looks like the town of New Norfolk might get right behind us, and that's great.
So we got 4 half trays. Hang on, we need to do these first. 2 half lobsters and chips, 1 whole cooked lobster. So Bella, can you grab a whole lobster, please?
We've got 3 halves left in 1 bin.
I just didn't think we'd still that bin.
Just to get some of the best produce around. They buy trays from Squizzy. It's usually shipping them out all over the place. So, yeah, it's good to be able to get them.
New venture partner Blakey has underestimated the public's appetite for freshly cooked lobsters.
It's been open, what, a few hours. We've sold out a whole craze. We've got half of our half lobsters left. We've nearly sold out of scallops. Lobster rolls are going. Just as well, Fizzy went and got those 180 crays or we'd be buggered. We won't have anything to sell.
How many more picking up?
I'd probably just another box full, I reckon, because we won't have any more. We don't have any fishermen out, do we?
No, well, you got our 182, but yeah. Rightio. All right, I'll go now.
With the van's stocks running low, Squizzy needs to make an urgent run to collect the rest of the lobsters he caught for the launch.
Put a lot of time and money into it. And look, at the end of the day, it was rushed. We had to get it up as quick as we could to get it on the road. And it looks like it's going to pay off. And that's, woohoo! Yeah, baby. Lobsters!
That's it. Cooked lobster?
That's it.
That's it.
That might be 182. We probably got 382. Hopefully it keeps going. Touch wood.